Hello and welcome to the first episode of Just Spitballin'. My name's Brandon, also known as Notorious Guppy.
I'm Nate, also known as Natsu.
I'm Hush the Reaper, or just Hush.
Yeah, let's get into it. All right, well, what do we got?
Do you want to start? Who wants to start?
You got. Go for it. No, go for it.
Who's got?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I'll go.
Okay.
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 All right. I like it.
Let's go. Do we start?
No, we're not doing this. So, actually, one thing I kind of want to talk about, and in specifics, actually, the new Cyberpunk game coming out.
Ooh, I got a lot to talk about that.
I actually am curious on your guys' thoughts. So, who wants to?
Well, do you want to start since you brought it up? Or...
No, I'll go last. Go.
Oh, okay. Well, what would you? Just my thoughts on the game in general.
Yeah, everything. Like
Keanu Reeves!
Like what you think it's gonna be. Not about like you have a general thing, but I mean, okay, when you think of games that flop, like look at Anthem, you know.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So, do you think this game's gonna flop? Do you think they actually took the time into it?
Know.
Like, what? Just give me everything.
I think it's gonna live up to the hype. Because I mean, CD Projekt Red, they're kind of known for like delivering what they show, like with The Witcher 3. I guess with The Witcher 2 as well. I didn't really follow Witcher 1 or 2. I kind of jumped into it with 3.
I didn't follow Witcher, except for the Netflix adaptation.
Oh. But like everything they've shown so far has been in engine, and like depending on where you play it, I'm definitely planning on playing it on PC. But like if you play it on console, I don't know how big of a difference in graphics it's gonna be. Laughing at my PC.
No, we can very simply and without a doubt confirm PC has best graphics.
Oh yeah,
that's just a given.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, but you also got to think. I mean, when you have monitors that go up so high, I mean, consoles are all just TVs for the most part.
I'm sure you can get adapters for consoles.
I'm sure you could, but
like,
again, you got to get a TV that can hit whatever amount you have there, your whatever resolution
adapters
you want.
And like how so? Yeah. Like all you need is like the Xbox One X. I believe can do 4K, right? You just need a monitor capable of it.
Yeah, no, you can not the newer ones can do 4K.
Yeah, the original one cannot without
the One X can. Not the Series X, the One X.
No, the One X can, but the original just Xbox One.
I don't
like the big VCR sized one.
Yeah,
not like the one Matt has.
Yeah,
it's got the One X.
The S and the X can do 4K. I think has built-in 4K.
I don't even have a monitor that can do 4K.
But
my
anyway,
PC monitor is 1080p and my TV is 1080p.
Yeah. PC is looking a little garbage now, isn't it? But regardless, okay, so you think that the graphics will be better on PC?
Oh,
due to the monitor.
Almost always.
Yeah,
due to just
I'll
a
give
graphics card.
Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But like, they've been doing like these little short videos like of news called Night City Wire. Have any of you been?
Yeah, a few of them.
I have not.
I've kept up with most of them. I try and like only focus on like the news, and I don't want to see too much of like the story.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, everything they've shown apparently is from the prologue of the game.
Yeah.
But like, I still don't want to spoil anything too much.
Yeah,
I've seen some prologue preview, but that's about it. So.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think that's out right now is the Keanu Reeves preview, or not preview, but like
promoting.
The commercial. Yeah, him promoting it.
Yeah. Well, he's not only is he in the game, but the most recent Night City Wire showed off all the cars and vehicles.
Okay.
And he's like a co-owner of a motorcycle company called Arch Motorcycles.
In the game, or
no, in like real life, like Keanu Reeves is.
Oh.
But he's like, since they have him in the game as a character, they partnered with him. So his actual real life brand of motorcycles is in the game as well.
Whoa, no shit,
really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
That's actually really awesome. I like how they do that. I feel like they've done that with another game somewhere. I can't, not off the top of my head, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like racing games.
What about?
Yeah, well, I mean,
yes,
you know. I guess that's kind of all together. I mean, look at like Forza and Hot Wheels, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I was gonna say they have a bunch of sponsored crap. Like NASCAR's had a UPS vehicle, a Walmart vehicle, not Target. that I know of.
Wait, in what?
In NASCAR games. They've had
NASCAR, like branded games.
yes,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
actual NASCAR games.
I
They've
didn't know
had
they
the
made,
big
like-
bulky vehicles that you can use to race.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's like old, like 2002.
I mean, that's like 18 years. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
older. Like it's not classic.
Yeah, I get it. It's
Yeah, but I mean, to get back on topic, I mean, like I'm super excited for it.
Mhm.
I have it pre-ordered. I'm playing it on PC. I was contemplating also getting it on PS4, but I'm like, that was before I got my new graphics card. So I'm like, now
Yeah.
I'm totally set to play it the way it should be played.
Yeah,
it's like,
so,
why
like-
bother when you can just switch
Yeah,
over? Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Doug?
I mean, I'm very excited for it, but also skeptical, and I'm not gonna be all in at all because not gonna throw another game under the bus.
Yeah,
but
you've been burned many times before.
we were promised something and got another unfinished project, but
Well, but see, the thing is Cyberpunk's have been pushing it back constantly,
which is good. Like
Mhm.
I'm completely fine. If they want to push shit back, go
Yeah.
for it.
I believe actually the game went gold like a couple weeks ago, so it's technically finished. It's just like
probably polishing.
polishing certain things,
Small
and
minor, yeah.
optimizing it for what it needs to be on.
But they also have like a whole nother month.
It's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a lot easier to make a solo play game,
Yeah.
like highly processed and
Mhm.
all that crap and fleshed out, and then a multiplayer game. Because it,
Yeah.
at least to me, it seems like multiplayer or even co-ops have issues a lot more often than single
Well,
players.
I mean, they definitely have a lifespan.
Yeah,
Like, what game was it recently that
recent.
Avengers? Avengers,
Oh,
like their
yeah.
player counts dropped down to like 600 players worldwide, like a couple weeks ago.
I
And I'm
don't
like,
know.
how does that? like-
They had a decent chunk of content, but it doesn't have replayability.
That's
just
that's the
doesn't.
problem. It's just a weird setup for a game of that type.
Yeah, but
It's
see, then
fun, and I can see the Destiny-esque type structures with the power levels
Mhm.
or gear score and rarities, but
But see that's
like Destiny 2,
that scares me for a game like that because just like the Destiny franchise,
One was
it's
way
a
better.
One was way better, but the whole money grab for DLCs and basically making you pay for a whole new game.
Yeah.
well,
Well,
really,
If you know CD Projekt Red, they are like super into like you pay for this game once,
Mm-hmm.
you get everything we make for it. Like Witcher
Okay.
3, all of the DLC when it first came out was free.
when it first came out.
When I think like they're remaking it for PS5 and
Yeah.
Xbox Series X, if you have a copy of it, digitally or physical, they're going to give you a free version of it for the upgrade.
The next
Okay, so it's
generation.
kind of like
That's
what
what they're gonna put
GTA
on
did,
free.
Yeah.
because GTA had it from what, like the 360.
Mm-hmm.
GTA
When it,
5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
When they had it on the 360, and then
I think they might be doing the same thing for next gen as well for GTA 5.
I think they are because
I
I mean
think
GTA
I don't know.
5.
You
I
might
think.
have to pay for it again.
I don't think so. I don't think they're
That
gonna
are
make
gonna
people
have
pay
backwards
for it again.
compatibility.
True. Yeah.
So,
There's
But-
no way they're gonna make people pay for it all over again just to.
Yeah. Because I mean, how many people are like itching to buy Grand Theft Auto 5 again?
No,
I've bought
and
it like twice already, and I'm like, I'm done buying it.
I get that. I had my because when I had my 360, I was more of a disc fan,
Mhm.
and then
Oh, definitely.
when the Xbox One came out, I was like, well, now we have these
Digital?
like 4 terabyte hard drives, and like I just put everything on digital. Like
yeah.
I'm not even halfway through my 4 terabyte hard drive. I'm like 42% or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I looked the other day. My 4 terabyte hard drive is only like maybe 10.4% filled,
Mhm.
and it's just my whole Steam library, and I'm like,
Yeah. Well, so you're just skeptical in general because you've been disappointed before, though.
I had very high hopes for at least 2 games in the recent past.
would you like to call them out, or are
I
we
just
leaving them
flew.
nameless?
I mean,
I might have said one already.
if you want to try to be Iron Man or a Mecha Flash, go for it. And you can also be a Juggernaut.
Those who know.
They're not mechs, by the way.
They're power suits.
Javelins.
Oh.
Yeah, I already called it out. One of them was Anthem.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we're finishing the game now. Well,
Yeah.
don't release it.
Well,
That's
maybe you should have
here's
finished
the
it
thing.
3 years ago.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they're finishing it because they're making, like, they're literally from the ground up making Anthem 2.0. What does that mean? Does that mean everybody who has Anthem, who got, pardon my French, fucked,
no, you're right.
are going to get it for free? Or are they going to try to make everybody pay for it again? Because
That'd be a
my
bold
personal
move.
thought
I
is
wouldn't.
I'm not paying for it
Yeah,
again.
neither am I.
Why would I pay
ridiculous.
for a hot pile steaming, a hot,
It's garbage.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
straight
it's
garbage.
just trash.
Yeah.
They
good graphics,
Mm,
nice enemies, zero replayability.
no.
Customization could be better, especially because it's money grabbing.
Yeah.
And unlike, and I will throw another game out there, unlike Fortnite, where the Battle Royale is free and optional
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
to pay for skins, the only way to get most of those skins is grind forever and get barely any credits or buy the skins with actual money for a game that you had to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not even
Fortnite was free.
Well, and even
you
Fortnite.
gotta pay for the skins, and the skins are pricey. $20 for one skin is pricey nowadays.
Yeah, but Fortnite even has the like the free battle pass where you can at least get what, like 400, 500 credits
Maybe,
or whatever.
and those who have saved the world can get more V-Bucks.
Yeah,
inside
exactly.
that. So
So-
you don't have to pay for a damn thing if you don't want to.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean you might take a little bit
Well,
on getting it, but
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as much as
I
dislike.
don't think Save the World is free though.
no, it is
they
not.
were
It's
originally
not.
going to, and then I think they completely.
It was
changed
only
their mind.
free during the beta, and then you could give out codes to like 2
It
friends.
was not free during beta.
Well, it wasn't on.
No, you had to buy it,
Oh, okay, but the codes were free to give out. Okay, so you
Yes.
could get like 2 more people on board.
and they had other ways to get codes. I had
Okay.
like 4 or 5 to hand out.
Okay, well that's not bad then. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, as much as I dislike Fortnite just personally, I can't deny like the way they have things set up is like decently fair. Like you
Epic
said,
Games is smart in what they do.
yeah, you
Mhm.
don't have to pay for anything. Nothing you pay for benefits you really in any way.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff that you can pay for is able to be obtained without paying for it with a long
Mhm.
enough grind to it. Like if you're willing to put in that work, you can get pretty much whatever you can pay for.
yeah, and I understand that. And like, here's all I have to say though: if it helps ease your skepticism at all, man, Keanu fucking Reeves. Anything that man is in, it can't be bad.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, if he is partnered with something, there is no way in hell that man is gonna let them fuck that up.
that's true.
Look at every single thing that he's done. I mean, like, I hate to be like that just trendy person, but he's just a wholesome guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's just
Everything that I have seen that he's in, I love, but I've also never seen Bill and Ted.
Oh, you'd love
Oh god,
You'd
you've
love
never
it.
seen
I-
Bill
no,
and
I-
Ted?
No, but the new one looks very interesting to me.
I want to see the new one so
it.
bad.
I like
haven't
the
yet.
idea of the
Like,
new
I'm
one because
100%
they're old.
willing.
Yeah,
They're old, but they're still acting like
And they gotta
they're
go,
young.
well, they gotta go steal from themselves, don't they?
Yeah, they travel through time.
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, they travel to
Well,
time in all
yeah,
of them. Yeah.
The part that kills me about that, though, since we're just on Keanu Reeves right now, is the fact that you've seen him in all this action shit, like from The Matrix, where he's... I don't know when he started his career.
It was early. It was
But I want to say that's early in his career. I could be completely
The
wrong.
Matrix. I think it was recent. Like not
was
recent.
a very startup. I mean, I don't think that was the first thing he was in.
No.
But
Yeah.
well, I think Bill and Ted was even before The Matrix.
Oh, definitely.
But either way, seeing him go from there and then just currently John Wick, then back to Bill and Ted. It's like this man.
Yeah. I feel like that's his
This
like true
m-
personality, though.
This machine. It's just, dude.
Yeah, he's a guy that will mow down like thousands of men without any discrimination whatsoever. But like at the end of the day, he's still
Well,
Bill and Ted is who he is at heart.
That's fair. I mean, man, I just, like I said, if it eases any of your skepticism at all,
Mhm.
everything he's been in or a part of has just been damn near flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you're not super familiar with CD Projekt Red, but they are a very reputable
what else have they done?
Witcher.
That's it?
Is that That's the only other thing that they've done.
I doubt that.
Well, I doubt it, but that's like,
They have to.
I
Have
don't know. Let's look it up.
something else. Yeah, look that up.
what else has CD Projekt Red done?
Shoot, I don't know, man.
I think like I want to say Witcher was like their first go into
I
games.
highly doubt that, but we'll see.
They're crazy people, man.
They were
Yeah,
part
I
of
know.
Saints Row.
Were they really?
Hold up. 1997 Catharsis and Imperialism.
Yeah, Saints Row 2 looks like a.
Other than that, mainly Witcher
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Witcher-esque.
Oh no, they're all whatever The Witcher.
Yeah,
And then
Gwent,
there's
Thronebreaker.
Cyberpunk, so.
Yep.
But see, the thing is, if they're constantly making
And
Witcher
then
games and
Saints
people are
Row.
eating it up,
Yeah.
they're doing something right.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
the part that cracks me up though, it's specifically Saints Row 2, not 1. No other Saints Row, at least on the list,
Is that something they actually developed, or was that something like they assisted on?
developed by Volition. And
Yeah, there were
published by THQ.
3 different people in there.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
So,
and
yeah.
Saints Row 2 was a
And
Saints Row 2 was
G5.
like
Good
a
game,
top
yeah.
tier game.
yeah. So
Before it started getting so
I'd
crazy.
say they're
I was
pretty
gonna
good.
say, yeah, Saints Row at one point.
But
The last one, spoilers, Earth explodes,
I
and
personally
then you're in the
think-
Matrix, and now
Oh,
we're back
yeah.
to Keanu Reeves.
It's all connected.
Red pill, blue pill. Speaking of, man, I saw the funniest meme the
Take 'em
other
both.
day, and it was literally Keanu Reeves is like in bed with that
Uh-huh.
one girl from The Matrix. I'm forgetting her name. The actor, I
Like
don't
the
remember
one
her name.
girl in the Matrix.
Yeah, that he is like with,
Yeah.
and they're basically about to fuck.
Mhm.
All right, and he's like, "Oh, hold on," and he goes to the bathroom and he takes the blue pill, Viagra, and then he wakes up back in the office in the Matrix. It was so funny.
Was it like actually them, or was it like
No, it was just like
Like
a
a
little
skit.
comic strip thing.
Oh, okay.
But it was just
That's
super funny
funny.
because I was like, wait, why did he end up back at the office? I'm like, oh, he took the blue pill.
Oh no.
But back on topic again, Cyberpunk, just them pushing the game backs
Mhm.
as much as they have, which I know pissed a lot of people off. But the thing is
It's better
I
to do
personally
Yeah.
would rather a game get pushed back, even if it was a whole year of anticipation.
I mean, it
just
was
for you to fix. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather that happen than you send out an incomplete game.
Yeah.
And then on top of,
'Cause
it
I'm
got
gonna be
pushed
more
back a whole
pissed.
year on top of
Well,
situations at hand.
I don't know if they ever actually really announced a release date. They released like the first trailer came out in like what 2013,
Yeah. See, well,
and it said like coming out when it's ready. Basically, that's
Well,
literally what it said.
and I think every time they did that, they were like,
do
oh,
that for a lot of games though.
I think
Mhm.
they just said this month. They didn't give a date.
Yeah, they gave like a window, like it's
Yeah.
coming out like
and then they
in
were like,
April.
oh, hey, we're pushing it back to July and now
Mhm.
November.
Yeah, was it?
But now they're like, hey, November 19th, this game is happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like April or May when it was supposed to come out. I
Yeah.
think. And they pushed it back to November, which yeah, like you said, I totally agree with. If it's going to give them extra time to do what they need to do,
And
like,
if
they're not delaying it for no reason.
exactly, if
Yeah.
By all means push it back, but
You
oh
should
man, it is
never-
about time.
Yeah.
you should
I
never
am quite happy.
ever release a game that
But
is
we'll
not
see.
finished. And if
Yeah.
your game is finished and you release it and it's that bad, I'm sorry.
You're gonna take a
That
blow, and
sucks.
it's not gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Because Anthem, I've lost faith in that. I've lost faith in
Mhm.
that game completely. If when they come out with the new one, I'm gonna have to wait. And if somebody buys it and does any gameplay over it and does anything at all,
Oh yeah.
the problem is I'm still not gonna want to buy it after that because I've
True.
seen somebody play it. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, they gotta do something like to
But-
really knock your socks off to be like, I'll consider trying this.
If
again.
they were straight up like, hey, if it's a shit game, we'll refund you your money, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I'll-
that's the only
yeah,
ballsy
refund
move.
me and I'll repurchase it if it gets good.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
get a refund for the first one?
I wish.
Yeah, I mean that kind
Ugh.
of goes into what I was
Yeah.
thinking about talking about was like, what would somebody have to do to get you back to a game that like flopped, like No Man's Sky, for example.
It's
Like I bought
they've
that.
done really well.
I've heard. I bought that
Mhm.
launch day. I
Yeah.
played it for maybe 3.5 hours, and I was bored out of my mind.
Did
And
you
I
hear
was
about-
like, this was like a total waste of money, and I'm super disappointed by it. And I have not gone back to it since.
Do
and
you
I've
know
heard-
about the guy who bought it like pre-release for almost like $2,000
Oh,
just
yeah.
so he could have it early?
Yeah, he bought a leaked copy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He was that invested. But
Even after hearing like from people I trust, like, oh, it's gotten a lot better. There's a lot more content now. It's actually worth playing. I'm like still like, I'm done with it. I can't go back to it.
That's how Tony is too.
Mm-hmm.
He's hopped back onto it every now and then. He has fun because he's just goofing off with friends.
Yeah.
But my opinion of it is, since I didn't get it like launch week, day, whatever, when I'm on it, I have fun. But there's not really anything that keeps me coming back because it's just a time killer. That's all it is. You don't know what else to play. I could just see what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, to get back to that question of what would bring me back, it depends. It really depends on what it is. Yeah. If it's like a console, for instance, let's look at the Wii U. All right, that flopped. That was horrible, and all the games sucked.
Another thing I bought at launch, expecting it to be great.
Okay, no, they sucked. Every game that they had when they came out sucked. The only thing that redeemed that was Wind Waker HD and the things that they remade.
The only redeeming factor of the Wii U were the HD remakes of like GameCube games.
Exactly.
Pikmin 3, I will give as well. That's not a remake, but that was a good one.
But like,
I was gonna say,
as much as I don't know, was Luigi's Mansion any good? Luigi Mansion 2.
Was that on Wii U?
I think so. I think it released on Wii U.
I personally have nothing against the Wii U. I actually enjoyed the Wii U at the time I played it. It actually gave me like childhood memory flashbacks.
Oh, definitely.
Of the Sega Genesis portable, which was not portable. You had to plug it into a wall. But it was just like a smaller version of that, and I guess that's one reason why I loved it so much. And you could play it on the TV, such as the Switch.
Which is fair. I mean, I see some benefits in there, but again, I think the Wii U was like this big flop that's what should have been the Switch. And they were like, hey, we have this prototype. Just throw it out on the market.
It's a proto Switch is what it was.
But that's...
Which I'm completely okay with.
If you
I mean, it resulted in something good.
Here's the thing. Yeah, it resulted in something good, but if that pulled me back in. That's what I'm saying. So like something like that, that pulled me back in. But it kind of goes back to, man, if you have something and it's not finished,
just
why put it out?
Yeah.
Just wait until you're done. Because imagine if instead of the Wii U, 1 year later, we got the Switch.
Exactly.
That's
exactly what it would have been too.
Exactly. Yeah. Just imagine that though. And then imagine where we'd be right now.
We'd be at the next version of the Switch.
Exactly.
Except for my assumption as for why, even if it was technically a prototype, I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows if they ever released that information. Even if it was, my assumption as to why they released it is because GameCube and PlayStation release stuff, every so often, and that's got to be how they try to keep up with it.
Well, and that's what all people. Yeah, that's literally what they always do. If Xbox is coming out with something like, okay, the Switch has been out for a little bit now, right? Oh yeah. Well, now they're coming out with the Xbox Series X or whatever,
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, and the PlayStation 5. And Nintendo is bound to put something out there.
I guarantee 6 months after those release, we'll hear something from Nintendo.
Yes.
Maybe not something big.
It's most likely going to be portable, or at least just as a Switch, compatible with console-wise.
Here's where I'm at.
Because Nintendo kills it with portable stuff.
They do. And that's why the Switch is such a big thing. Yeah. But now imagine this. Here's my idea with that. Think of all the games, every single console they've had from the GameCube and up, kind of had this backwards compatible thing. So like the GameCube, you had the attachment for the Game Boy games.
They had backwards compatibility
the Wii
way before PlayStation.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm almost certain.
Are you sure? Because like the N64, it was only that, and the NES was only that.
SNES,
the only I guess the Super Nintendo, because you had the cartridge for Game Boy Color games.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even talking about like Super Nintendos or anything. I'm talking about like the portable editions, like Game Boy. Game Boy Color could play Game Boy. Then there's the Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance could play Game Boy Color, and so on and so forth.
So that
every new generation could play the past generation.
Yeah.
I'm not fully counting that, because the way I see that as a cartridge wise is like
that was just their design choice at that point.
They were using all the same what cartridges. It was, and they condensed it down, and then that's just managed to fit.
The DS.
Well, and that's where that's where I'm getting.
That's where
they
jumped in.
This is where I'm saying, like, when you look at like the Wii and the DS, you can play GameCube and Wii games, and then the DS you can do that. I think the Switch's next big move is if they just throw the Switch out again, but they literally just put in a 3DS thing, because I feel like you should already be able to play 3DS games on there. Well,
digitally,
but
you can.
You get what I'm saying, though. Is
Yeah.
I feel like they need to actually add in the cartridge part, because if I buy something for a 3DS, like, yeah, you've already discontinued your 3DSs right now.
Yeah.
Put that in there,
But you've got
and your game. But that's what I'm saying.
People are
your
gonna
game
buy.
sales are gonna skyrocket, because everybody's gonna be like, well, now I don't need a 3DS, and they discontinued. Shit, let's just buy a Switch because it's got everything in one. So all your games that you put out there.
Hundreds of dollars for a copy of Earthbound.
Oh
that's
yeah, well
because
it's okay. That's like a collector's item. That's like going to a.
They make classics that people want.
That's like going to an auction and getting the old ET game. Like, it was the shittiest game in the world, but it is a piece of history.
Yeah,
it is just that big thing that was such a crazy.
That's what it. Yeah, it was such an important game at the time. It still holds up, and it's a great story. And also, it was super limited due to licensing issues.
Yeah,
like they could have it in Japan because they had different laws. They brought it over here, and they're like, okay, whoa, you can't be. That's like got licensed music in it that you don't own. You can't stop what you're doing.
Oh no.
Speaking of licensing issues, there was a story I heard a while back, and apparently, I know like most Sears stores are shut down, but there was a story about how all Nintendo products cannot be sold in Sears.
Does Nintendo have a problem with Sears?
They had some kind of no, seriously, they had some kind of outing, and they just. I heard this whole story about it from a buddy of ours, and he was telling me all about how you will never find it, because after they got into that whole fight, you will never find their thing in there. And the old NES system, they didn't fully have like that. What's it called? Not a patent, but like the trademarking. So any company could make a game for it.
Yeah.
So if you were just a third party, like any type of thing, like Gauntlet, that game was not from Nintendo. That was from a different company
that just made
that
a cartridge
was competing.
That fit.
Yeah, exactly. And they made their own game for the system. I mean, now it's a little different, but could you imagine how things would be now if just any company could bust in and be like, oh, I'm not partnering with you, but I made a disc.
Yeah, here, we'll throw it online, burn this disc, toss it in your PlayStation.
And personally, I think the market would be so much better like that, because look at Steam.
Yeah.
That's when you think PC and Steam like that, that's so universal like that. You can throw it out there you could just throw it out there for free just because you had fun making it. You could throw it out there for a penny. It doesn't matter. I just think the market would be better that way.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this new upcoming generation is going to be the last generation where things are the way they are. I think things are going to move more towards like Steam, where it's like you get a PlayStation, you get an Xbox. They each have their own store, obviously, but like everything's cross-compatible. Everything is back and forth. It doesn't matter if you have an Xbox, I have a PlayStation. You can still download the same game and play it. Aside from exclusives, obviously.
I was gonna say they still have exclusives even in today's society. So.
I think PlayStation company is going to, like Sony, they're gonna fight on that one, because Sony is more of a hardware company, whereas Xbox is more of like the gaming, like Microsoft and stuff.
Yeah,
it's more.
You can see what they're doing already, with everything's on PC and the console as well.
And I understand that. But like I said, I think you're going to have a big fight about that. And as much as I'd like to say eventually this whole console war crap is going to fizzle out, I think it's going to be around for a very long time, because, again, Nintendo, they're not just going to release their shit out there.
That's true. I mean, they've kind of stated, though, that they're not really... They realize they're not a giant player in it. They're like, Xbox and PlayStation's kind of where, like, the cutting-edge stuff is. We're just over here doing our own thing. But we understand we have nostalgia, but like we're doing. But
Nintendo has the throne for portable.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, they're the only one that has a portable.
I mean, look at any other portable they had. Microsoft. Now, I don't even think Microsoft made one. PlayStation tried, but the PlayStation Portable, fuck
the
that.
PSP was cool. The Vita is where things went downhill.
I really enjoyed the movie discs that they had. That was quite interesting.
The UMDs. Yeah. Those are the weirdest thing I've ever used.
Again, personal opinion. I just think it was a stupid way to get money. They just partnered with a bunch of old movies and threw them out there. Like, I had one when I was younger. My parents got me Garfield: A Tale of Two Kitties.
But I played the crap out of God of War on a PSP.
I had the Clank game or whatever. It was just it wasn't Ratchet and Clank. It was just Clank. I also had Oh crap! What is that game?
They had some interesting games.
It's Jack and Dexter, but again, they literally just did sidekick games,
Mm-hmm.
and which I liked both of them. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
they were both a lot of fun. However, I just think as a handheld in general, I think they could have just made an actual console and made better games.
Well, the problem with them,
but then they made the micro.
The PSP Mini was a failure.
I'm not saying it's good.
The PSP Mini was a failure from the start.
Yes.
Then they went to the Vita and they made everything way too overpriced and killed everything. I love the Vita, but my god.
Yeah.
Like $90 for a proprietary SD card is ridiculous.
Man,
8 gigs, baby.
I don't think I should really say this on a podcast, but I've totally
cut it out.
torrented some movies onto my PlayStation Portable.
Everybody did.
Oh, okay.
PSPs were so easy to like jailbreak and like download anything you want on them.
Well, speaking of that, LimeWire and FrostWire.
Oh yeah,
on your PSP at school.
Forgot
that was
about
me.
Things, yeah.
All the movies on the PSP. Think about Sony. How many movie franchises they own?
Yeah, well,
so I mean that's why they just threw out everything they had on UMDs because they could.
I personally think
money
they're already.
grab.
Here's the thing though, they're already behind on all that.
Big money.
My personal opinion, they're so behind on all that because look at Game Boy Advance. They literally had small cartridges with episodes of Pokemon, Kids Next Door. Like, don't even, man. If I
really,
okay, oh yeah, they
didn't
did.
know that they had.
Yeah, they were light gray cartridges, and they were like Nickelodeon licensed.
No, yeah, they were straight up. I used to have some.
It had like 4 episodes of SpongeBob on it.
No shit.
Yeah, I had one with 2 episodes of Pokemon, and then another one that had 2 episodes of Kids Next Door.
I didn't know that they had these. I just thought it was just games.
Oh no, weird. It's straight up. They partnered or whatever. I don't know if they partnered or they helped make it. Yeah. And then they just went for it, and it was, to me though, such a big hit. If I could get an entire series on nothing but Game Boy cartridges,
just have like 80 cartridges.
Bet I would. Yeah. You bet I would. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, it was around the time where like portable DVD players were super popular. And that was like their answer to it, like, ooh, we have cartridges. You already have your Game Boy with you all the time. Just pop it in and watch some cartoons.
I mean, the kind of merchandise that people make is just crazy.
So yeah, Game Boy Advance TV shows. So like they had.
Dude, no way.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. So that Light Gray, they have Pokemon.
I feel like I've seen those, and I probably never processed that they were movies.
No, yeah, they had some of them. So here's all the ones they had. Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, All Grown Up.
I think
Cartoon Network collection. They had Codename Kids Next Door, Digimon Frontier. They even had a Disney Channel collection. Holy shit!
I was gonna say, I think they just had a contract with like Disney, Nickelodeon, and
Cartoon. They might have. They had Dragon Ball GT too.
Yeah.
What is this? I bet they had a whole thing with. Oh, they only had limited episodes, though.
Yeah, like, you couldn't get the whole series. It was, like, a curated list of 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they couldn't do, like, the whole thing of Pokemon, though.
I don't know. That's a lot of data on a single cartridge.
That's a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, they had... Okay, so they had Volume 1, which... Volume 2 and Volume 3 and Volume 4. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I wonder how they figured out what they should put out there, though. If they just
it was
put
probably
out, like,
just
ones.
just popular ones.
Yeah, just like fillers.
Yeah, like Charmander themed episodes.
Probably more like statistically most watched.
Well, I'm saying something that doesn't have like they're not going to put a gym battle in.
Yeah, like they're not just going to throw in like the
Pokemon
this one, League episode.
I remember this one, the Johto photo finish. That was the race one, where they all picked a Pokemon and they went on that race, and like Ash had Rapidash or whatever.
Why didn't Onyx dig?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think so.
Johto's Gen 2.
It's Johto.
Is it? Yeah, that was Johto. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Pokemon Johto.
Beach blank out Blastoise. So that was that beach episode. That
where the Jigglypuff was in Blastoise's cannon, and it made all the Squirtles fall asleep.
Oh my god, there's so many. That SpongeBob, Sonic X.
Yeah.
Sonic X.
Super Robot Monkey Team, Hyperforce Go.
My lord.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They had Yu-Gi-Oh too. Whoa, that's weird. They actually had the ending.
The last episode?
Of Friends Until the End Part 3, Friends Until the End Part 4. They actually had... I don't know. They actually had the ends, though. That's crazy.
Sorry, you can only have the last half of it.
But yeah,
spoil the whole...
Like I was saying, I just feel like they were already super behind in the game there.
They were. UMDs were like dead technology when they started using them. But going back, you mentioned like next gen Nintendo Switch. You wanted like 3DS cartridge availability.
I think the next big move there is to have.
I don't either. If anything, I think it would be like they'd have a slot for Switch games, and then they'd have a bigger cartridge that can hold more data.
The reason why
Switch next gen games.
The reason why I don't see them doing that, adding like slots for backwards compatibility, is because if you look at it now, almost anything that is backwards compatible, excluding PC, because discs.
Yeah, that's different.
You can get emulators on PC.
even that, everything that is backwards compatible, from as far as I know, is digital, because digital is, as of right now, the future.
So again, though, you still have things that are not fully digital, like the DS was built in.
Right.
You had all these things that were built in, which
3DS had digital games on it.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
But so did
the DSi did too.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
I didn't have a DSi though.
Well, neither did I. I just had a not the DS
and
Lite,
then they made the 2DS,
like the original like
hefty one.
No, it wasn't like the bulky, skimmy one. It was like the more sleek looking DS. That's the one.
Oh, the DS Lite.
Was that the DS Lite?
Yeah, it was like smaller and brighter.
Oh, I guess I did have that.
What
one.
about
I didn't have the regular DS then.
What about the first DS that was like a gray bulky?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was.
That was the Lite.
No, that was the original. The DS
Yeah.
Lite was like sleek and round. And
yeah.
small.
Like my mom, she bought, because she for some reason wanted to play Cooking Mama. I was like, Mom, you don't play games. She got Cooking Mama with a like the rose gold.
Oh yeah,
rose gold pearlescent like pink DS.
They also had the Guitar Hero attachment.
I had that. It was sweet.
But here's where I'm at with that is, man, you can go to your roots and make adapters for things. I'm totally okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
If you came in and you were like, hey, okay, our next console, like, we have this and we're gonna just do new games and stuff and make it backwards compatible with Switch games. However, here's an adapter so you can play 3DS games on that. I will buy the shit out of that, man.
Everybody would.
You could sell that to me for like $20-$60 and I'd be like, well, I have all these games. I might as well. Like,
if they made an adapter for regular DS games,
but
I'd be all over that. You know how big of a
money.
library of Nintendo DS
They wouldn't be
games
making as much money from games from the past, because you're going to go in and rebuy them digitally because you want to play them on your new console.
That's the thing. They'd rather make it a download than...
Yeah. Well, if we're going to get into that, though, then why aren't they doing that now with all those old games? Like, look at Pokemon, for instance. They keep releasing all of these
with
games.
selective ones.
Well, fuck that. Don't do that. Just throw them all digital. If you can have emulators out there, which that might also be the reason why they aren't releasing them, is because of emulators.
Pretty much. That's how you get them digitally.
Yes,
kind of.
But what I'm saying is if you can get them on a PC without having to pay for them, which everybody does. But I'm saying, man, if you told me that you were going to release Emerald on your Switch on a digital copy,
I'd buy it 8 times.
Easy. Like, not even for the fact that, like, yeah, okay, everybody has emulators. Like I said, I have emulators. I'm sure everyone in this room does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, if I can play it on my Switch just for that, like, feeling of holding something and playing it, I'm still going to buy it.
Oh, well, they did that on 3DS. So they made Fire Red and Leaf Green available digitally.
Okay,
Pokemon Yellow available digitally. I want to say they did Crystal and the other ones still Gold and Silver as well, but I'm not 100%.
But again, I'm back to where I was before. Is why are you not putting this on your Switch?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are you not utilizing your biggest thing right now and putting all that on?
I feel like at that point, I'm not sure if the Switch was out at that point, but if it was probably solely to keep the 3DS alive a little bit longer.
I mean, maybe, but here's the thing with me is like, okay, the what is it, the Pikachu Go or whatever, that was
Pikachu,
Fire Red and Leaf Green, but without everything good about that game.
Yeah, it was Pokemon Go version.
It's Fire Red and Leaf Green combined with Pokemon Go.
Yeah, like I said, but without everything good about those games.
Weird.
The only thing good about it, I liked playing through the story.
The only thing good about it is you had basically infinite Pokeballs.
It reminded me of Fire Red and Leaf Green.
And you could still slaughter Pokemon.
And it was a shiny hunting game. You could literally get all of Gen 1 as shinies if you wanted to.
I didn't like that, man. I miss when shinies were this random RNG. I also, going back into it, like we've talked about this before, man, I did not like the new Pokemon game. I think it is god awful.
Yeah.
It's different.
I
think my least favorite so far is probably Sun and Moon. No, wait, is that the
Sun
one
and
with the
Moon was
totems?
rough.
Is that
Sun
with
and
the
Moon was
totems?
rough. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not
Yeah,
like the totems.
Sun.
It was weird. I mean, this one's weird too because it's more sports and it's like.
But at least it didn't
Kids
have like a
don't do
30-hour tutorial.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
You're like, am I done now? And no. How about
Yeah.
now? No.
It was when
But
I
I
was,
have a whole roster.
This one's
No.
also the first one to ever have DLC.
Which
which is
okay,
cool.
here's the
It
thing. I
is
did like
cool.
that.
I'm completely
say,
fine
I
with that.
did like
It's
that
just
idea.
Weird. It's different.
Considering the fact that in every other game you're like, well, how do I get these Pokemon to finish this like Pokedex?
You gotta
If
trade.
they throw out,
you gotta
yeah,
go to
if
events.
they throw these DLC out like crazy,
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
gotta murder a child.
maybe, but my big flaw with that is I don't like how the Pokemon run up above ground.
I don't either.
I think that's horrible.
It
Oh,
deters me from
yeah,
going into the
that's fair.
grass and actually finding Pokemon.
Yep,
and then I don't catch anything except my.
I was gonna
team.
say,
and
except
then
for
it's
there's
just-
certain ones you can only find in the grass.
I know, and I'm like, why go through the grass? They're all there, and I see all
Yeah.
of them, and I don't like any of them, so I'm not going to catch any Pokemon here.
Exactly. I mean, but here's my thing though. What if you just had those grassy areas and made it all random to wherever it was there? Like, obviously, if you have that grassy area, or I guess in this case, a snowy area,
Mm-hmm.
what are you gonna find? Ice Pokemon,
Obviously.
maybe water,
Yeah.
I'm clearly going to find a Pikachu
or ground, possibly, maybe
Yeah.
normal. But
Mhm.
regardless,
in
I'm
the water.
dead,
Drowning.
like a sack of puppies.
Surfing.
Anyway.
Lapras.
Ah, you Lapras.
You scoundrel.
But
Take
no,
'em out
I
in the
mean,
middle again,
that's
just
where I
go on
think they
being
should have
cute.
been utilizing their elemental stuff. Is
Yeah.
Mhm.
not just having random like when I see an Onyx in a grassy field, and there's a lake right next to it, and they're like,
You're like, why are you here?
I'm like,
I'm
no,
concerned for your health.
like you
why are
should
you
be
here?
in a cave. Like you might be taking a vacation, but get out of here.
Yeah.
And then you run into them, and it's like, oh, you're level 6. I'm level 45. I'm like,
Yeah,
why? If you're gonna be
Yeah.
here, let me catch you.
Mm-hmm.
you can still catch it.
No, you can't.
No, well,
you
Try harder.
physically can't.
Try hard.
Yeah,
no,
early-
I tried. You can't do it
No,
early
I
on.
know.
You can't do
You're
it.
talking about
the wild area.
Yeah,
wild
Yeah,
zone.
early
where-
on, if you get strong enough Pokemon, it's like, you can't catch this. It's
Yeah,
too
like,
strong.
you can have
gotta run
someone-
away.
You can have someone trade you like a level 100 Alakazam, and then just be in there be like, "Hi, you're level 45. I'm just gonna, put you to sleep and catch you." We're sorry, you can't.
Actually,
Yeah.
technically, if I don't know if they're still staying true to the older games, but if you get a level 100 right off the bat and trade, it won't listen to you. You
Yeah.
can't use it.
I don't
Well,
think
yeah.
it does. I think that's you
might,
can't use it.
It might just use random moves, but a lot of times,
Well,
in
big
the
freaking
older
deal. Now
games-
you're a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
but at least you can just put it back in a Pokeball and be like, all right, we're just gonna wait until I'm old
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, somebody would trade you a level 100 Pokemon,
Mm.
and you'd be like, use Flamethrower, and be like, it didn't feel like doing that.
Yeah,
Use
yeah,
headbutt.
exactly.
It doesn't even know headbutt.
Just
It's
charge
struggling.
At it.
Yeah,
Nah,
me
I don't
too, dude.
Feel.
One thing that really is annoying, though, is like the friendship aspect in all the Pokemon games now.
This one can only evolve if it's beautiful.
No, not even that. It's like, oh, this is your starter Pokemon, and you've created a bond with it.
Oh,
You fed
yeah.
it soup, and now it loves you, so it's super OP and only uses crit moves.
Here's-
Congratulations, your starter
Yeah.
Pokemon's now a Tamagotchi.
That's stupid.
It can
I
die.
feel like that's just rigged completely.
That's part of the reason it makes
No.
it so easy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But see, now if they kept that aspect in there and made it like a
I like giving mine bottle.
How do I
caps.
say
Make
that?
it a toggle.
well,
Turn it on and off.
like Pokemon Ranger.
I love
okay.
Pokemon Ranger.
When are they coming up with a new one?
I did too. I absolutely love that game.
I
That's
have my-
also
do-
the only way you can get Manaphy.
Do you
and I
have
love
Manaphy?
I did.
You did?
I
Oh,
did. I don't
God.
have the game anymore. But I
Okay.
did have the egg.
I
and
have-
it
I
was-
still have my
Ranger was
Manaphy.
Mine
kinda
was-
dope though.
Was it Diamond that you transferred? Yeah, it was
Yes,
Diamond that you
Diamond and
transferred.
Pearl.
Yeah, I had Manaphy.
I have my Manaphy on my phone and Pokemon Home.
Whatever.
And a Fione.
Yeah, okay. I do like the Pokemon Home thing right now because you can transfer like anything to it, right?
Unknowns were dumb.
You can't.
I personally think if you caught every single letter of unknown, for some reason it should have turned into something spectacular.
Well, you.
Like that
helped
one
you solve
Pokemon where you gotta get the
puzzles.
little wormy
Yep,
pieces.
yep.
That'd be kind of cool.
It
That's
helped
something they
you.
should
It
have
helped you
done.
solve the
Or the
puzzles in
meltdown.
like the ruins.
Yeah, but that's
But I mean,
stupid.
why?
Like, I don't care.
I'm not gonna go through all that effort. I'm
You're
a
not gonna
chi-
play the puzzles.
I was a child at the time. I'm like, I don't care about this crap. I'm gonna go catch these things and make them evolve. Ooh, they
I mean-
fight. Oh, they're dead.
I guess technically there was it was Emerald where they were
they're
like
not strong. Why would
they were
you
like,
make
I don't
it?
give a fuck how you find these
Ooh, this one's
legendaries.
different
Go
shape.
just learn Braille or some shit. And they were like, learn Morse code and
Yeah.
then you can figure out how to catch these things.
This unknown one's different shape to this one. Wow, guess what my Ditto can do? It's flubber.
I mean, it's the completionist thing. Like, right now, I'm trying to get a living dex in Pokemon Sword.
That's different,
and
though.
I'm like, I'm getting
Do you really have that mindset to, I'm going to catch them all, I'm going to be ass catcher, when you're a child?
No, not when I'm a child.
Exactly.
But now I'm like, I want all the Alolan forms. I want all of the male, female, like,
but
not everyone, but like the big variants.
The ones
like,
that make sense.
The pink and blue one, and like, yeah, stuff like that.
You can't tell me that the main focus is not solely based on children.
Oh,
you're going to have those that grew up with it, like us. They're like, yo, we want to try these new Pokemon and see how they are.
You know, here's the thing, though. I think your marketplace is
like games
still...
like that in general.
I don't think your marketplace is kids. I really don't think it is, because look at how many people actually buy that game.
Okay.
It's all adults
look at
with
the pro
Switches
scene.
and
look at the pro battle scene.
Because
like,
they grew
adults.
up with it.
Well, you should follow them.
Again,
you should make two options. You should be like, at the beginning of the game, when you start a new game, be like, are you a new trainer? Or are you a veteran trainer? You pick that. It's hard mode.
That would be,
You don't have to go through the tutorial.
That would be pretty interesting.
That would actually make sense.
I agree with that.
You can turn off all the friendship stuff if you want.
Yeah. There.
Speaking of,
I think all the settings should be able to turn. Should be able to turn a lot of things off. They should have a big settings menu there.
Yeah.
Speaking of all that strategy crap and Pokemon, freaking
yes,
I'm trying to remember the Three Kingdoms. That one, you know what I'm talking about?
Three Kingdoms.
Like Warriors Orochi.
What?
Is it related to Pokemon?
They had a game where it was the...
Pokemon Conquest.
Yes!
Yes, I have that.
That was so unique.
It was really cool. It was
you know
like...
what I'm talking about?
I don't.
It was like a feudal Japan style game with like samurai and warriors. It was in the middle of an actual war. Your characters were like anime and like all dressed up in like old like garb and stuff, and they had Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
And it was really cool. I didn't ever finish it.
Yeah.
I have it on DS.
What the hell?
We could totally play it.
That's crazy.
If we find a way to like
Samurai
capture
Warriors,
DS.
Dynasty Warriors, those type of characters in this.
I mean, I own one. But
yeah. No, he was saying we could try to find some way to play it off a DS, and I was like, well, I mean, we own the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know capturing off a 3DS is a total pain in the ass. I don't know how it is with, like, a regular DS.
Yeah, it's like...
It looks pretty interesting.
It's really cool.
This is very clearly a fan-designed one.
Yeah.
Like that's
it's like 3D.
It has the actual people from the other games.
Yeah.
Speaking of one of the Pokemon that are on there, though, the last game that I played that I actually thought was good was X and Y.
Yeah.
I had issues with X and Y too.
Really? What do you have wrong with that?
I didn't have many issues with it. The art style I didn't like because it was like half 3D. Like they didn't go all the way with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the DS.
For X and Y?
Yeah, it was on the 3DS. It was the first 3DS game.
Yeah.
So I get that. It was their first 3D game, so I can give them a little credit there.
Well,
but like I think that's where it started getting too easy.
Xerneas.
I don't think it was easy there because you actually had battles and your rivals weren't like just complete and total.
They were though.
They didn't just lay on the ground and get the shit kicked out of them.
There was the fat one that like he got lost somewhere halfway through the game.
The thing is
some of
them didn't even want to be like Pokemon trainers.
Yeah,
they
like
straight
the
up
one girl.
said it. Yeah, and then she was just like, "Oh, hey, here's my Pokemon."
Yeah,
and
he had that awkwardly romantic scene in there. That
was
like, I don't like this.
These
are children.
Some things, again, though, it's not. I don't think it's geared towards that, though. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean things like that. You see things like that, and you're like, okay,
yeah.
What would a 6-year-old do with this?
My thing with that is when you have to go and get fossils, when you have to go and find out what Pokemon is in what area to still get them, those types of things make the game hard. They didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes they have direction, like it might say like, hey, you should go check this out, but it doesn't tell you, hey, the next thing you need to do is go to this town.
Especially whenever you run into them first and like, hey, you gotta find fossils. I'm like, I'm looking for an elderly home and I can't find it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying though. In the that's my biggest thing is where I don't think it got easy there.
I mean,
I think Sun and Moon is where it got easy because that's where they were like, let's dumb this
I definitely
the
agree
easiest one for fossils was Pokemon Yellow, where you'd go through the Clefairy place and you literally save the dude. And it's like, hey, you can have one of these. I'm going to take the other one.
Yeah, pick which one you want.
Well, that's in all of them.
That's why I said the series.
That's yellow, that's blue, that's fire red, that's leaf green. They're all the same there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned this like 1,000 times. But I believe peak Pokemon game, Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Never played.
It
Because
had
they were the remakes. I played regular Silver and Gold.
It had
and Crystal.
the best pixel art.
It
had the best pixel art.
It had the same type of pixel art.
It had the best variety. You had 2 regions to explore. It had puzzles. The whole Ruins of Alph thing. You had to go and like figure out, like you said, all the Morse code stuff. You went to Sinnoh for a short period of time, and you caught like legendaries that weren't even in that game to begin with. It was beautiful. It was great. And you could change into Team Rocket outfit, and I was very happy. And you had Pokemon that followed behind you for one mission.
Doug, what do you think was the peak Pokemon game?
Honestly, the era that I had the most memories from was probably regular Gold and Silver. It's probably one of my most played ones. And Crystal, of course. I think I played Gold until it literally died on me. That is how long I played it. Got it brand new, played it to where it literally fried itself, that I could not play it anymore.
I think I logged at least 300 hours into Heart or Soul Silver.
I don't know how many hours you have to put into it to kill it.
So mine are tied.
I know which one. I know one of what you're gonna say.
I can't necessarily say that's my favorite though, but that is what I have the most memories from.
Well, what do you think is the peak? And not what your favorite is or whatever, but like what do you just think is the peak?
Like no nostalgia influence, strictly like from a technical standpoint, what is like the peak Pokemon game?
Probably Diamond and Pearl.
Really?
Yeah. I can see that.
Okay.
I can respect that.
Probably Diamond and Pearl.
That kind of threw me off a little bit. Really?
That's Gen 4.
Yeah.
Heart Gold Soul Silver is technically Gen 4 as well.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's a remake.
It's a remake, but it came out in Gen 4.
Wow, why do you think that's the peak?
So much graphic-wise and otherwise changed.
So many legendaries.
It was a different twist. Yes.
It was a lot without being too much, I think, in Diamond and Pearl.
And there was a lot to do in the after game.
No, yeah, you're right, because there were the three.
Wasn't that the first introduction
at the 3 lakes?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that the first introduction of the battle train? Am I wrong?
I think so. It wasn't in.
You think I'm wrong, or
Ruby and Sapphire?
I think no, right. No, I know that, but I don't remember.
Battle train. I'm trying to remember what the battle train is.
It's a subway, pretty much that you hop on.
That was black and white.
Was it black and white? Was it not in?
I think that was black and white.
I
may be wrong, but I think
I'm trying to remember what did they have the battle tower?
No, the battle tower was the battle frontier.
No. Maybe I don't know. I don't even remember what the battle frontier is.
The battle frontier, which I can segue into my favorite and what I think is the best is.
Do we all want to say it at the same time on the count of 3?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Emerald. Actually, if I really want to get into
went into space.
That was an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, that wasn't in.
Which I have issues with that one too.
Yeah, no. Why? What is wrong with you? Anyway, no, man. Mine's tied actually between Fire Red and Emerald.
Okay.
Fire Red, I really liked it because it did not give you direction.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good classic game that wasn't like, again, it wasn't just this babied up, hey, you need to do this, hey, you need to do that. No, it was actually, it had difficulty in it. If you knew what you were doing, then yeah, you could be
I would definitely agree with that.
But let's say your starter, let's say you wanted your starter as Charmander. Your first gym?
That's easy mode. No, that's hard mode.
No, that's hard mode. Your easy mode is Squirtle.
Yeah, easy mode Squirtle. Wait. Oh yeah, the first gym is pretty easy if you pick Bulbasaur too. Because rock.
Which one are you talking
ground
about?
And, ground and grass.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Fire.
You're right.
Fighting Brock.
Charmander's hard mode.
Yeah. Charmander's hard mode in that, which is why I really like that because of that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But Emerald, I think, trumps that just at the fact that.
I mean, let's be honest. Though, in reality, a rock's gonna crush the shit out of grass. I'm just
I mean,
well, the grass grows into it and splits it from inside.
Exactly.
It'll kill it. What wins, a tree or the ground?
Batman.
A tree. Unless you use killer, but that's poison.
Yeah. Which have grass types are
poison.
You're cheating.
You're a cheater. I'm suing.
But no, man, Emerald again, it didn't give you a lot of direction. Like
Mhm.
I remember when I was younger and I looked around for Moss Deep City
Yeah.
for like 10 hours. Just
Mhm.
going around the fucking ocean.
Which
It's like,
one?
where do I go? I don't know.
Exactly.
And nobody tells me.
But the thing is I like that. I
Yeah,
really like
I
that
like that
because
too.
then you run into other things and you're just like, oh, I didn't know this was here. Oh, wait, why is this here? All of these newer games are just so directional and they give you everything.
They're very hand-holdy.
Emerald also was the game where it was like, hey, learn Morse code, otherwise you're not going to get Regice, Regirock, and
That's true.
Registeel.
That carried over from Emerald to Heart Gold Soul Silver. It was the same.
And they also
Ruins.
had the Battle Frontier, which
Which
had a
one?
bunch of different challenges you could do.
They had the Versus Seeker too, where
Yes.
you could replay battles, which
Yes,
I don't
they
know
did.
why they ever got rid of that.
You could even play against gym leaders again, and they would be stronger.
You could do that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well. They call them up, and you'd be like, "Hey, Misty,
But
you wanna
guess what?
battle again and use like up-leveled Pokemon and make it a little difficult?"
But guess where you got that from?
Emerald.
Emerald. That's
Yes.
why I think that was the peak.
It was great, but they returned to it with updated graphics because I love Emerald's graphics, but you gotta admit the overworld is like a little simple.
No, and I get that, but it's also a 2D game, so it's like,
Well, so is Heart Gold Soul Silver.
well, yeah. I don't know, man. I just like the feel of Emerald. I'm gonna fight you on this till I die.
We could talk about this for another 2 hours.
Which
All right, well,
one
let's-
is the one that started out the journal to guide you where to go in case you forgot? You'd load up the game. It's like, hey, this is what you did last.
I think Fire Red
that
had
was
that.
actually Fire Red.
Was it? Okay.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, it didn't actually guide you. It just,
told you what you were
did. It was
doing.
like, you saved here, and then you
It's,
saved here, and it was like,
Refresh your mind.
kind
Yeah,
of.
It was
it-
last time on Pokemon Fire Red.
Exactly. It was no, it was literally
Yeah.
like a TV show. It was
Mhm.
literally like, here's what happened first. You beat Brock, you beat Misty, you beat this, you beat that. Hey, now you saved at this hotel that you can't get into.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're back.
All right, so we're back from our break, and we broke some glass and cleaned that up.
Yeah, we broke some glass and wiped some ass.
Yeah. So let's
Wipe
talk
my
about
ass with
it.
some broken
Speaking
glass.
of wiping, no, I'm just kidding.
Segue.
So it started out because I was hungry. I'm just gonna 100% say this now. I was hungry and I was thinking of food. Okay.
For the record, I don't know what is about to be said. This is like
Yeah, nobody
total
knows.
surprise to me.
I haven't told
Me
anybody.
too. I only kind of know.
So it all started out because I was hungry. And I was also thinking about recording because I was speaking to you about recording and I was talking to Tony about food.
Okay.
So I was just, in my mind, they mixed.
Okay.
So recording, which led me to thinking about like merchandise down the road and all that for future stuff. And I just kind of threw a bunch of crap together that I found funny to me that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And so like the first one that came to mind, I was like, ooh, Hush Puppies sound really freaking good. And I was like, oh, Brandon's a Guppy. I'm Hush. Haha, Hush Guppies. Okay? Like, it's basically Hush Puppies, but goldfish shaped. All right? But hang on, I even have a logo idea for it.
Okay.
A Guppy wearing a Reaper shroud.
Like a little hood. Is the hood up or down?
I'm gonna be up.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm thinking like like
This
your
is-
average goldfish cracker with like a little cloak,
But it's like,
but it's like made of bread instead of cracker.
yeah.
This is why I was laughing earlier. This is the only one I know, and I fucking died.
And then so think about that one. I was like, oh, how could I combine other ones? Well, I don't really know how I could combine other ones. And I don't necessarily have to combine any at all. That's just the one that first popped in my head. But then the next one, because I was talking to Tony,
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I got one for Tony, and I can just call it Fox's Fixins, right?
Sounds like drugs.
And
It's
it
a
could
food
be,
truck.
and it could be quality, and I put in brackets because he's Italian. I was like, quality Italian spice blends for cooking with?
So why did he get Italian and I didn't, you fuck?
Yeah, why does Brandon get like salty bread?
Why did I get shafted?
salty
All right,
fishy
fine.
bread?
You guys want another one? Here, just right off the top of my head. You, Nate, and Tony. I don't know.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
in
you,
this
Nate, and
big
Tony.
wide world.
You guys can make a spice blend together, and it can be, the brand is called 3 Meatballs.
Because we're meatballs, because we're Italian.
Can it be 2.5?
Megan's not part of it.
No, it's just Tony.
I mean,
He's not here, so we can say he's lesser.
He's less of an Italian tonight.
But then I was like, oh, okay, what other ones could I do? And I was like, Megan, she goes by Mimi Cat. So this one just really gave me a shit ton of laughs. And it's just a bunch of M's. It's Mimi's Meow Meow Munchies, right? It is just a line of cat treats. She is the cat lady.
Okay, so for some reason, in my head, I'm thinking catnip, and when you said a line of cat treats, I was like, a line of Coke, but a line of cat treats. I'm like, man, how are they going to snort that?
It's powdered, crystallized cat treats that your cats can just inhale.
Meow.
Like, it's nothing. I don't have much of an idea for anything. And I really was just going downhill here, because the only thing came with Nate, since he's Natsu. Natsu's NATO. Do you guys even know what NATO is?
I think it's pronounced natto, and it's like
Don't judge
spoiled beans, right?
I'm white, and it's not spoiled.
It's fermented.
Yes. It is a traditional Japanese food made from soybeans that have been fermented with Bacillus subtilis. I don't know what that is.
It's disgusting. It looks like mucus with like balls in it.
Natsu Katsu's ramen.
That's true.
I think that might exist.
Katsu ramen does, yeah.
I mean, that is part of my name.
But
My
I'm
name already
saying-
is related to food.
But that's what I'm saying, yeah. Like,
Yeah. But then, there's Mikey, which we don't know what he actually goes by via, character-wise.
No,
And then
he goes by Autobot Gamer. That is his name.
Is that what he chose? Like, that's what he's
That's-
sticking
that's-
with?
he's-
Because
yeah, he
he told me
changed his-
he has no clue if he's
Oh, he has
sticking
no
with
idea
it.
then?
Yes.
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there's Ninja Butterfly, which Ninja Butterfly is pretty freaking easy, but
I mean,
Matt's pretty easy.
I gave up on him pretty much. Let me just put that out
so
there.
does everyone else, but...
But though it is down the road, and honestly, we could probably make it at any time we wanted, even just for ourselves.
I mean, that's just like a fun design exercise.
Yeah,
too.
that'd be fun.
Like,
Yeah.
I could just do that to warm up one day.
I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to bring it up to you guys because I wanted to see what kind of thoughts you would have. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be shirts or anything like that.
It could be stickers. It could be little keychains. It could be like a little fake food menu from a restaurant.
It could just be my face on a button.
Well, no, like what I'm trying to
make
get
buttons. We could totally make pins and buttons.
Oh, well, I wasn't fully done. You know,
Which
like
is fine.
the bra button and the nut button? It'll be like me, but with a catchphrase.
Actual buttons.
Yeah, an
like
actual
push. I was talking about like pins.
Well, I mean, I can see why there can.
But
there
what
would
I'm
be
trying to get at
confusion,
is not just clothing or accessory merchandise, like how Jacksepticeye, he has his own coffee.
I'll make Guppy's seawater. It'll literally
Ooh,
just be bottled
it's
salt
like
water.
It's like Gamer Girl
Guppy-
bathwater, but for
yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah.
It's just his bathwater. You
It's
guys
just
want it? There you go.
bathwater.
I put a
Guppy's
jar near the
seawater.
shower drain and just collected what dripped off of me.
If you guys get a golden hair, it's not his. We don't know where it came from. So,
You win.
you don't win anything.
It's like the golden ticket in Willy Wonka.
You get to win a free trip to your home.
bathtub.
A free trip straight to the emergency room.
Don't drink it. It's seawater. You're not supposed to drink it.
Oh, if you get the yellow one.
That's more seawater. That's just a different variety.
But yeah, so I want to know that type of merchandise. I don't know.
I mean,
like, it doesn't have to be.
personally, I
Clothing
feel like
or
if I had the opportunity to have any type of merchandise themed after me, like just the Guppy line,
Yeah.
it would be a type of rum.
Ooh.
That's what I would want.
Ooh.
Okay, why?
Rum makers.
Well,
Contact us.
Yeah, no, seriously, please.
Why?
Well, rum's my favorite kind of drink. When I think of rum, I think like a beachy ocean type setting.
Mhm.
So when I think Guppy, I'm like, well, there it is. That's where it's at.
Rum is like,
It's coming
it
from the guy
totally
who
fits
makes
into
fish
like
bowls.
my aesthetic. It's like when you drink
Back
rum,
the
you just
fuck
want to
up.
like be like passed out on the beach. That's all I want to be all the time.
Then what does it say about me? I like vodka.
You'd like to be freezing cold in Russia.
No! I hate the cold. Shut up.
Well, you won't be cold because you're drinking
Well,
so much
I mean,
vodka.
Have you ever
Your
had like?
blood will be warm.
Have you ever had like vodkila?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, Hush's vodkila, it'll knock you on your ass and kill you for the next 3 days. So, like, there you go.
No,
A
just
little taste of death.
cut it off after kill you. I'll knock you on your ass and kill you. And then really small text underneath, probably.
But I mean, okay, vodka's not always like
No,
this
I'm just gonna
Russian. Like that's just a stereotypical.
Yeah,
I'm
thing.
gonna
like
steal
Tito's.
from Mother Nature.
I love Tito's.
Mhm.
You know, the California Reapers? It's gonna be Reapers. Screw you guys. I'm taking them all. They're mine.
But I actually,
Where did all the Reapers go? This one dude just like bought them all.
that's actually what I would want though. If I could have any type of thing, I would want a rum like sponsorship deal.
Yeah, can
Like
you
Ryan
imagine
Reynolds
being...
has aviation gin. Like I want my own.
Can you imagine being
Crystal
like
Head
shipped...
vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's
Or,
Crystal Head vodka.
Matthew McConaughey.
What does he have?
Is it a whiskey?
Some sort of whiskey.
I think it's a
would
whiskey.
assume.
A speech impediment. No.
All
all
right.
right.
He's in a void somewhere in the black hole. He's fine. Do you prefer light rum or dark rum?
It depends on what I'm drinking, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I like both.
So I am more of a fan of like a spiced dark rum.
Like New Year's.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
That's a story we'll have to tell at some point.
Wow, that could be another podcast idea. Just like straight up, just stories.
Yeah,
just crazy
just
stories.
Both try and recall what happened.
Just both of us sit on interview mode. So, do you remember this? No. Do you remember this? No.
All I
Do you
remember is
this?
we
That
started
happened?
with like
No.
4 bottles and ended with none, and I only
Oh,
remember
man.
drinking one.
I remember the rum and the
Wild Turkey.
champagne.
That's all I remember.
I don't remember
I don't
any of the
know.
other ones.
And I feel like I only remember the champagne because I was told by so many people that we also had the champagne.
Well, we also toasted for New Year's, so it's
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah. At that point, though, you're like, is that a false memory
Yeah.
that I just created?
Yeah.
Because people told me it happened? Or...
It's Long Branch Bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You know, actually, since we're on the topic of alcohol, though, you know what I really want to try?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna swing this back to John Wick here with Keanu Reeves.
Does he have an alcohol?
He does not have an alcohol, but they're in the John Wick movie, like all 3 of them. There is a specific type of bourbon, which is Blanton's, and I believe it's a rye whiskey that he has because it's like a green label rye whiskey.
Mhm.
Apparently, it's super expensive, which I don't even know where I can get it. But I want to try it so badly. I looked at it and it's that's just the bottle that he like John Wick gets every time. So if you ever rewatch that movie, whenever you realize when he's like, "Oh, I'll take a whiskey or whatever, you know, bourbon,"
Yeah.
look at the bottle.
Yeah. Is it like an actual brand or was
Yeah.
it fictional for the
No,
movie?
it's an actual brand. It's
okay.
called. I figured out what the brand is. It's called Blanton's. But that's all I know. And the bottle is shaped like a barrel.
What is the bottle design? Because I'm like, oh, I'd pay extra for a bottle like that.
So, but like
It's all in the
that's-
packaging, man.
That's all on the top.
Yeah. That's pretty.
You want to pay that much extra?
No. No.
I'd rather just get one in the shape of a skull.
I was going to say like $70+ I would spend on that, but like, whew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the bottle that's in that movie though. It's super expensive unless it's like Blanton's rye whiskey or whatever.
Yeah.
But even the Blanton's Bourbon Special, the green label is still almost $500.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a special reserve green label, I think is what's in the movie, and it's $449.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been getting really into gin lately.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, I enjoy the taste of it, like, specifically.
Okay, you don't like do like a gin and tonic or anything?
Oh, I'll normally do like a gin and tonic, or I'll mix like gin in with other things. But yeah, like I've just like I used to do strictly like vodka tonics, and then I went to gin and tonics. I'm like I just like the taste, like the
That's
flavor
fair.
of gin is like great to me.
I actually I go out with a good friend of mine, and he gets gin and tonics all the time. And it's actually it's very big over in South Africa. So that's where he picked it up from because he came back from over there. Okay. And he's like, yeah, I started drinking gin and tonics after being over there, and he always like gin and tonic with lime.
Yeah,
all the time. Every time we
Wedge
go
of
out, that's
lime.
what he gets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we talked about this, but there's a guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
The channel's called How to Drink.
You don't need to teach me how to
No,
drink.
he's a bartender, and
yeah,
he teaches
we
you.
did, we did talk about
Yeah,
this.
he's super cool. I love it. And,
Is he like what's his face?
A tipsy bartender?
Yes.
No. He's like an actual like craft bartender, and he goes in and he like tells you like the history behind the drink, how to make it, what is like how to mix it properly, and like goes in on the history of it. And it's pretty cool.
He's got one, and I forget what it's called. The drink off Futurama.
Yeah.
Which one?
The like the big soda brand. There's even an episode. It was like a Willy Wonka's factory. Slurm?
Yeah,
Slurm?
I think so.
And they were slug people.
Yeah. Okay, so the Slurm juice, he actually made that as a drink.
Yeah, he'll make like pop culture drinks too, like his own. He did. He recreated the Red Lobster Dugarita.
What's this?
Oh, did he really?
Does he also do like drinks from video games and stuff?
Oh
yeah, he does.
Then
everything.
I might have seen him.
His name is Greg. It's like
what's the channel called though?
It's called How to Drink.
How to Drink.
Yeah,
I might have. I don't know, because there was one that I saw somebody make the Nuka-Cola like Quantum and Nuka-Cola Cherry and from Fallout.
I think
I think he does all. Well, actually, no. He does non-alcoholic ones too, if he can.
Well, that's what I was asking. If he did soda and stuff, like just drinks in general. From
normally, he's got an alcoholic version, and he might do like a non-alcoholic version. But it just
Slurm
depends
or whatever
on...
it is from Futurama's non-alcoholic.
No, it is.
No, his version is.
Oh, okay.
It's like a cocktail.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's just a soda.
He said, he said he was like, I could try to. He's like, I'll try to make a virgin one and like see how it turns out.
Yeah, they're like themed cocktails.
Okay.
Yeah, everything he does is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Then the Alice in Wonderland drink, bottoms up.
I found his channel like during, like the quarantine break.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, while I'm home not doing anything, I'm just gonna make drinks all day and watch this guy.
Well, that's why I bartend now, because it's like after like through quarantine, I was like, well, might as well just try to do things. So.
All right. Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about, or do we want to end things here for now?
Why don't we just end it here and we can cover whatever else on the next podcast?
What?
I've just been informed by our regional manager that you should like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep.
So hit us up and follow.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And if you guys have anything you want us to talk about or think that we didn't really cover, put it down in the comments and we'll read them and we can try to talk about it the next time.
And if you have ideas on how to make our podcasts better, let us know. We are open to critique.
Also, check out our other videos on our YouTube channel, because we also do like Let's Play and gameplay videos. So if you like those, check those out as well.
And much more varieties to come.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all right. This has been the NSCG Just Spitballing Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.